You know, honestly, I thought that video was going to last a little bit longer, or they were going to make a pick or something. But guys, welcome back to the South American qualifiers for the Summit 8. This is going to be the losers match. We got a little bit of a double bracket going on here, and obviously, being losers match, these two teams already lost their first match. Winner of this is out. Loser of this is out, rather. Oh man, brutal tournament where the winner goes out. Loser of this goes out. Winner of this stays in, and I believe their next match should be up against Sacred, which should be tough because Sacred are pretty sick. But still, it's going to be Mad Kings going up against E-Wolves, best of 3. I'm Mike Lars, going to be your caster for today. Both these two teams have had a lot done to them as far as the players that have been in and out of these teams. If you guys know SA Dota at all, you know it's a revolving door. Everyone is on every team. I'm pretty sure like every single given player has played on a team with any other given player. It's crazy. So I don't exactly know, how comfortable some of these guys are with each other, but you definitely can assume that they have at least played together in like some stand-in fashion. Like I'm 90% sure that Sword has stood in with Attune and probably with Wu as well. The other guys on Elite Wolves I'm not entirely sure about, but man, Elite Wolves were late, and they're sure taking their sweet-ass time drafting. I mean, the 3 bans in the early onset of the game does let you do quite a lot of extra things as far as barring out strategies, but in general, you're going to be seeing, I think, probably these like really safe supports. It does feel like these teams are still trying to, in general, get a little bit of a grasp on the current patch, and that's where heroes like we see Rubik first picked a lot. Winter Wyvern is probably the best support right now as far as how much teams actually want her. See a little bit of Witch Doctor mix in, like those type of safe heroes. Right now, we do see a rather large lack of 4-position heroes being banned out right now. So looking at your Night Stalkers, your Spirit Breakers, sensing a Spirit Breaker right now coming out from Mad Kings, just got that feeling. But yeah, lots of options there, which is interesting because yesterday when we casted the winners match of the 2 teams that beat these 2 teams, it was all bans on the 4 position. Like in the first phase, it was like 5 out of the 6 heroes were 4 positions, like the real aggro 4 positions, and then the 6th hero was Lich. So yeah, you take that with a grain of salt. Perhaps there's some sort of correlation there, but for right now, Beastmaster is going to be let through, and I think Beastmaster is just freaking crazy, man. It's kind of insane how this hero is actually let through. I mean, Winter Wyvern is great. I think Brewmaster is also probably one of the more premium heroes that you can be playing right now in Dota. But Beastmaster is a monster. Beastmaster kind of just does it all. He lets you go for these really aggressive mid-game timing pushes. Thanks to his summons, thanks to his aura, he gives you the pick-off power. He gives you the vision with his hawk. And you never know. A lucky Centaur summon with the new and improved Call of the Wild can get you a random kill or save you from certain death. We have seen both in the past. So a lot of options with this hero. And with the exception of the fact that, when you see a Beastmaster 9 times out of 10, you know he's going to be going towards the off lane. It is still a very, very powerful hero, and the versatility, insofar as where he's going in lane, may not be there. But the versatility as far as how he's going to perform in the draft, that can certainly be there. Because if you want to go, again, for those mid-game timing pushes, go for like a Lone Druid pick, and then go for like a Terrorblade hero, or, those type of heroes that can just bust out a lot of damage onto the structures, then Beastmaster's king. He's exactly what you want. But if you want to play the slower game, like have Beastmaster play the more ganking role, try to buy a little bit of space for someone a little bit more late game like an Anti-Mage, he can do that too. He can really do it all. Speaking of doing it all, we've got Night Stalker and Jakiro. Mad King's going to slam the Undying pick as their second. So Jakiro and Night Stalker, very, very well-rounded as a support duo. Jakiro in the lane, Night Stalker a little bit more so on the roam. Pretty much the safest opening you can make here for Elite Wolves. Probably Night Stalker best 4 position. Second best is Spirit Breaker, I want to say. It really depends on how good of an Earth Spirit player is on the team. And I think that would change a lot more. Whereas it's kind of hard to be a bad Spirit Breaker player. Right? Is that even possible? You just charge at things, man. You just run at them. And you never stop. If you ever have a question of what you should be doing, just run at someone, and usually that's the right answer. So it's a pretty nice mix of control here for Elite Wolves, but this is already a pretty Oh, they skipped their ban.
Radiant team
Elite Wolves were late, guys. That's why they had less reserve time. And they just skipped their ban.
Dire team back.
Okay, then we got a Weaver. We got a Weaver to be banned out. So it's fine. We're going to have one empty box there. But you got to be careful, Elite Wolves, about Mad Kings. Because with this Undying pick, it is setting themselves up to be really, really aggressive. I don't really know how comfortable they are playing Lone Druid. I do think that hero is pretty broken right now. Situationally, of course, but they can go in and just grind your towers down so incredibly quickly. If you don't have the initiation to get on top of them, you're going to be in trouble. Now, fortunately for Elite Wolves, a hero like Batrider is still in the pool right now. So if they do want to go for a little bit of initiation on their own terms, they can go ahead and do that. They're going to go for a Troll instead, though. That's interesting. I mean, Jakiro always lets you push towers. Troll Warlord, definitely a hero that can do that from the safe lane as well. Situationally, from the mid lane. Although I would say most of the time, if you're really going to look to push down towers, you'd rather get Lone Druid, you'd rather get Luna, you'd rather get Terrorblade. Unless there's some reason where you really need the blind. And it doesn't seem like that's really going to be huge in this game. At least not with these two heroes. Undying is okay with not right-clicking things. And Beastmaster as well. He would love to right-click. His creeps would love to right-click. But if they're blinded, it's not the end of the world. Mad Kings will just grab a Lion. A little bit hard disable for them. Still not really showing how aggressive they want to be with this draft. But now at this point with the Troll Warlord Jakiro, it looks like Elite Wolves may be the team that is able to play a little bit more aggressively versus those structures. Again, Troll Warlord is not the perfect hero to have on your team if you're going to do that, and if that's going to be your core central strategy. But picking up a Troll Warlord, picking up like a Templar Assassin or a Shadow Fiend or some mid lane hero that just has a really, really high amount of damage, it's an Abaddon. That's interesting. Huh. They have a lot of attack speed, Elite Wolves. It does look like they're looking for exactly those heroes that I just said. Those type of heroes, those heroes that from the mid lane will just dish a lot of damage. And Mad Kings don't have a ton of initiation. Now they kind of do. With the Monkey King and the Beastmaster, it is going to be tough for Elite Wolves to get set up. And that's really the thing here for Elite Wolves, that once they get set up in the siege position, between the slow chip damage of the Troll Warlord, you know, you could pop Battle Trance if you need to, otherwise just chuck a couple axes. If you have a Yasha and Phase Boots, you're going to chunk it down pretty quickly, especially with a Jakiro behind you, and an Abaddon giving you that Abaddon. Old habits. And an Abaddon behind you giving you that extra sustain, that get out of jail free card. Of course, Hex is OP. How OP is Hex, guys? How OP is Hex? Well, it can't be dispelled anymore. So,
10 seconds remaining.
We're in a new patch nowadays. The Abaddon's really good as far as dispelling the Boundless Strike. He can take off a Roar. That's kind of cool. But Lion still has that Hex, and you can't do anything about it. It's not a good spot to be for Abaddon. I don't think this hero is actually very good. It really does require a nice, safe lane, and I think this is probably the best case scenario to be playing in Abaddon, when you can kind of just play as that backup healer, that kind of emergency hero from the offlane position, which is, you know, sometimes needed. But I would say in general, I like Omni Knight better. From what I've seen from both these heroes in this patch, again, patch still very young, but Mad Kings have an abundance of physical damage output right now. Still can just run at you. Monkey King isn't really the best at taking down structures. He can mix in Desolator with his build, we've seen it before, but even then, despite having a little bit extra range, is going to be very underwhelming compared to the likes of Terrorblade. Puck will be banned out, Storm Spirit will be kicked out. I think that was the fifth ban, not the fourth ban there for Elite Wolves. The Mad Kings, initiation from the mid lane. I mean, Ember Spirit, I guess you can kind of call that a little bit of catch. Not a ton right now. Mad Kings, they can play pretty aggressively with this set of heroes. If they go for someone like a Dragon Knight, I think it might be difficult for Elite Wolves to handle that. Although heroes like Razor, heroes like Viper, still in the pool. Viper hasn't really been seen that much in the SA scene. No respect at all for that guy, whereas in other areas of the world, hey, he's let through, you pick up the... There it is! I did it! I successfully summoned Viper into this game. You're welcome, all of you Viper fans. Who am I kidding? Nobody likes Viper. Feels bad, man. But still, it's going to be a really safe laner for the Mad Kings side. A little bit of extra chip damage. Definitely a hero that can make use of the Beastmaster and his extra attack speed aura. As far as breaking the Elite Wolves side, it's fine. There are a couple of kind of handy things to break off. Like you can, I'm pretty sure, break off the Night Stalker's passive, get rid of like the Troll Warlord, Berserker's Rage, kind of. It's like you break stuff, but it's not really going to be like breaking evasion or anything like that. Nothing huge, but still it's a nice safe laner. And now knowing the opposition is going to be a Quap, Elite Wolves have found themselves with a very, very mid-rangey type of strategy. This Queen of Pain is not going to be that Shadow Fiend, that TA. Heroes probably you don't want to be playing up against Viper that will be really willing to go for those structures really early with the rest of the team. Now still they can go for these kills, but the Elite Wolf side with this Abaddon pick are pretty much devoid of catch. The only really way they have of starting fights is kind of responding to fights. Hey, the enemy Beastmaster is going to roar, my friend. It's time to mass TP in and kind of back him up. That's not exactly ideal. Obviously, when you're playing an Abaddon, that's kind of your job. Like, you kind of have to be doing that regardless. But as far as a big strategy, you really want some way of starting engagements. And Queen of Pain, I guess we'll get to a point eventually where you can pick up like an Orchid, and at that point you may be able to start fights. Small scale fights, more like pickoffs on some of these weaker heroes. But in the 4th position, being the Undying for Mad Kings means that you can't really easily snipe him off as a Quap with an Orchid. Lion is always going to be food. I mean, that's just a given. But everyone on the Mad King side, with the exception being, of course, that Lion, is rather durable. So actually jumping in and getting these assassination plays off will require a little bit of extra effort. But here we go. This is going to be game 1 in the best of 3. We got Elite Wolves on the Radiant side. Attune is going to be on the Troll Warlord. We got Wu on the Jakiro Shesid. Pronunciation, I'm not sure if this is correct. If it's wrong, tell me. Otherwise, I'm going to assume I'm right. Is on the Night Stalker. Tomoki is on the Queen of Pain. Everyone's going up north in 1995, which I'm going to assume is the year that that guy is born. I don't know. I'm just guessing. He's going to be on the Abaddon. On the other end, Sword is on the Beastmaster. Moger playing the Undying. Nada, the legendary Terran player from Korea. No, it's not. He's on the Viper, and Sladin is playing the Lion. Up towards top lane, there is a Donkey. Looks like Mad Kings forgot to bring their 5th player in, so they're just going to use the Courier. It's XD on the Monkey King. This is pretty standard nowadays. It's so weird to see, like, I mean, the runes are so close to each other. You gotta, like, fully commit your entire team to, like, take the runes that are close to each other. As compared to this rune and this rune, you know, you definitely have a little bit less distance to travel. So the rune split should be even 2-2. But this isn't really going to indicate the lanes. Like, you would expect heroes like Beastmaster to be going towards the off lane, especially with this build. I expect that to be the case, but for Mad Kings, you never know. They could always swap it up, and the same thing coming out here for the Elite Wolves side. Bounty Rune is going to be 2-2, and everyone and their mom's going to TP out Viper towards the mid lane. And, well, we do have Sladin going in rather early on. He doesn't have any vision right now. I've seen a lot of heroes, players do this, and then the Courier just makes a delivery and walks back, and then he just doesn't do anything. It's really hard without vision. You have to see when Tomoki is actually going to get the extra item, and so far he has nothing coming out to him. So this Lion may just be chilling for no reason right now. But up towards top, the Courier is going to be in a rough matchup. I mean, Couriers don't have any attack damage, and he's going up against 3 heroes. So XD, now going to resume his main form, is probably going to need some help. He does smell something. They don't see these 2 supports from the Elite Wolves side, so XD is assuming, hey, something is amiss. Backup's going to be coming in from the Lion. Backup's coming in from the Undying. And as far as this full tri-lane goes, Monkey King does not want to be here. Lion can poke and prod, but really he's not the best hero at doing it. Now, Undying is the best hero at doing it, I think, bar none. If you're going to a tri-lane as an Undying, you are happy. That strength of the hero just may turn this in the Mad King's favor, because Troll Warlord does get quite a bit of extra armor if he is going to be in melee form, but tell you what, he's still rather fragile. Boundless Strike already leveled, does some pretty decent damage. Moger has another decay, but he is taking quite a bit of damage here. He is going to get another decay onto 2 heroes, and to start fist fighting the Night Stalker. Come at me, bro. He is only working with tangos right now, and being fairly high strength means that the tangos are not really going to do all that much for his total right now. Let's take a quick look at the bottom lane. more boring lanes. Sword is going to be going up against 1975. And that one, oh wait, no time to look at the boring lane because Attune's in a lot of trouble. A couple more right clicks. Moger is dropping low, is going to be the first blood. However, one more right click will snipe the Troll Warlord from a range. That's still going to be a nice little win here for Elite Wolf, especially since they're also probably going to be able to kill off Sladin. Is he going to try to deny himself? Picks up Mana Drain. That is not going to help you here, but looks like he's just fast enough with the boots. And is maybe thinking about turning around. Mana Drain, just enough for a spike. Boundless Strike again used, but level 1 Boundless Strike. Oh, he's trying to TP out? That's not going to fly, dude. That's just going to kill him off. I think if he ran, he had a much better chance of maybe not surviving, but at least just wasting the time of these Mad King's heroes chasing after that just support kill. It is going to be a 2-for-1, and I think that should pretty much make this lane draw even in the kills, not to mention the fact that there is a little bit of a CS discrepancy going on here. But again, take a quick look at these side lanes. Should be a very even lane for the Beastmaster and the Abaddon. Neither side can really kill each other, at least if they do, it's going to be really tough. Sword is going to kind of skip Call of the Wild for right now. Maybe just waiting so he can make a big push to that level 4, because you really do want that random neutral. You really do want those boars to come up. But up against an Abaddon, like, a boar isn't going to do jack. A level 1, level 2 boar. So going for the axes first. Definitely not your standard, super standard here for Beastmaster. I think getting a little bit of axes is more like it. But, of course, he could always switch builds. Level 2 axes on a solo offlane hero that's going to be getting a lot of experience is not a huge commitment. Viper in the mid lane going to go up against the Quap, and it looks like this one is pretty darn even, as you would pretty much expect. Viper is going for a little bit extra poison attack. I'd expect him to start mixing in some of that corrosive skin priority soon. Now the Toxin versus the Quap, not all that great. Hard to keep her in place. She just moves out of it or blinks out of it, so yeah, it's not exactly a great spell, and Viper isn't exactly the brightest penny in the jar, so using that mana for a less than ideal situation is not exactly going to be great. But this top lane for the Radiant side working out pretty well CS-wise. And of course, not getting the most kills right now. That Undying is definitely going to be a pretty substantial threat. They are keeping the Monkey King away from the creep wave, and Monkey King, as powerful as he is once he picks up those Jingu stacks, really doesn't want to be in a tri-lane. He really wants to be getting solo experience in a dual lane at worst. If you put him in a full tri-lane, then splitting experience with that many heroes is really rough. And because he's in a tri-lane going up against 3 extra heroes, or I guess 3 heroes total, then it makes the impact of the Jingu really, really lessened. Because while you're starting to get those stacks up, you're getting beaten down by 3 heroes. Like, you can't actually sustain that as the Monkey King, whereas if you're in a 1v1, you only have to fist fight one guy. It's not really that bad. Nada in a little bit of trouble. That scream did not hit. Pings are there, and Nada's like, bro, you done goofed. He does have a raindrop anyway, so you know, sometimes you just gotta throw a little bit of mana away, you know what I'm saying? Gotta make a show of dominance, let the enemies know who's boss. Tomoki is not that healthy right now, but Sladin, he does not have Hex. Spike is only level 1, and level 1 Spike kind of sucks. So they can't get the kill on the Quap. Shesed is also here, level 2 Night Stalker. Ogre is going to get dove a little bit here. Pretty safe chip damage, and that is something that the Jakiro does very well. And now they're going to jump in towards Nada, and he's dead this time for sure. He is going to chow down the Fairy Fire, gets the kill on the Quap. Thanks to 2 points in the poison attack and the corrosive skin. Will not kill off the Night Stalker, is able to get himself out of there. But in the meantime, top lane, Attune taking quite a bit of damage here from XD, as well as Moger deployed the Tombstone. Will drive everyone else back. But it's going to be mid lane for mid lane. The Viper is going to get experience, as you can see. The Night Stalker is going to get some, I guess, but you'd really want to have the Queen of Pain to get the experience there, if at all possible. So going for a very heavy poison attack build is Nada. And when you're trying to fight a Viper, this poison attack slash nether toxin combo nowadays is something you really have to pay a lot of respect to, because if you think you can race him, you're most likely wrong. You got to recalibrate your math in this new patch. So Nada definitely taking advantage of that. But the Radiant are really pulling ahead in the CS department. I mean, the Beastmaster is doing just fine. Sword, of course, has a grand matchup here. And, oh, maybe Sniperino? You know, you got to try for it. You got to try for it. He's now out of mana. Beastmaster, though, is level 6, as is the Abaddon. And, well, this lion really shouldn't be here. It's surrounded by dragons and spooky blue men. Yeah, who's going to take the kill? Well, it's going to be Attune from range with the wild axes. Oh, well. But either way, the Mad King side, they're not super behind in the CS department. Though with an Undying, you kind of expect them to bullying this lane just a little bit more, but they're keeping their distance pretty well versus Mogre. Is going to drop the Tombstone on the high ground, but he doesn't have any Soul Rip, and a lot of trouble will go down. Balance Strike does come in, letting the zombies stack up just a little bit, but only level 2 Tombstone doesn't do all that much, especially when Sladin's being just beaten down by the Night Stalker. Sladin should fall here, but Nada picks up Tomoki in the meantime. Sladin is going to Shrine up, and Chesed doesn't actually have enough mana for another Void, so now is going to have to turn tail and run. Meantime, XD did kill off Wu just with the Phase Boots, has another Boundless Strike, will slow the Night Stalker down just a hair, but there is no Impale here for the Lion, so the Night Stalker should be free and clear. He's got Phase Boots as well. I mean, this top lane is going to be a trade of a 1-for-1 support for support, but something happened over in mid. Viper has Viper Strike. There you go. I heard Viper Strike is a pretty good ultimate. Queen of Pain usually can keep herself safe with the blink, but with so many dots stacking up, Tomoki doesn't really have much to respond to. Is kind of being left on an island here, and that is going to be a solo kill, I think, from Nada. I don't believe Sword was involved there. It doesn't look like it because he's coming in this time looking for the Quap. Quap, this is nighttime. Probably didn't see Sword yet. The vision, it was just on the edge. Sword has gone for a more points call the Wild, by the way. Okay, he definitely saw a Sword there. Yeah, that's kind of rough. Maybe trying to force out the blink. Tomoki can blink up to the high ground, but man, look at that damage. Nada spent like 50 mana to bring Tomoki down to less than half HP. That is an efficient usage of mana right there. And they're just camping out, waiting for Tomoki to get a little bit stupid, but in the meantime, Abaddon is on the bottom lane, just pushing it in. Well, Tomoki's just dead to the poison? I think he's just dead, man. I'm pretty sure that's what happened last time. Oh, he's gonna survive just barely. Chugging down all the bottle charges, won't go down, but still is going to be forced to go all the way back to the base. In the meantime, top lane, looking for a play, but it's over in bottom lane where it's going to work out pretty well for the Elite Wolves. 1995 on the bottom lane, has the Curse Blade maxed out, and with that build, even though he doesn't have any extra kind of right click with his build, is going to do a lot of damage versus Destruction. Mogre taking a lot of damage, speaking of. Boundless Strike going to slow down a tune. Mogre still has stick charges, waiting for another Decay, which will give him a little bit more juice. With the Void coming in, it's going to be a little bit too late. They'll take down the Undying. Not enough sustained damage out here. Lion is so weak in tri-lanes, and we can see why. Once he casts his spike, he's just done. He doesn't do anything else. And of course, when I'm watching top lane fight, Nada gets another solo kill on the Queen of Pain. But this top lane is really troublesome. Mad Kings need to be initiating really hard and fast on one guy, and that's really hard. Again, Troll Warlord does get a lot of extra durability in the melee form. Looking at a support like Jakiro, he is not Witch Doctor, he's not Rubik, he actually has a lot of HP, so you can't really just instantly burst them down. You can try to poke at them, but when they're working with Night Stalker and Jakiro, it's really easy to catch them off guard. Bottom lane tower, though, Sword is pushing this back in. Roar was used. Looks like he was able to kill off 1995. That also happened. He just solo killed the Abaddon. So, I mean, I don't feel bad about missing it because I was watching top lane where action was also happening. But shit, man, Mad Kings are just getting easy solo kills all around the map, and now looking for another one. Queen of Pain hexed up. Spike is there as well as the Viper Strike Decay. And with the dots, will it be enough? Sladin's still going to give chase. Sonic Wave turnaround for the Queen of Pain. Will maybe get this kill on the Lion, but will eventually go down. In a 1-for-1, still going to be a pretty nice trade for Mad Kings to take since Nada is very healthy. Can still push this tower. And over in the bottom lane, Sword has taken down that tower already. Has a Satyr under his command. Hadouken on to 1995. He has a shield for himself, giving you a little bit extra juice, but gets roared. Can't shield when you're roared. Here comes the backup. It's Chesed. There's another Hadouken here. Sword, let me see that micro, man. Come on. He is just going to try to make a break for it. The angle is looking pretty good, actually. The Jakiro is not quite fast enough to catch up to him with an Ice Path. There's a lot of wasted time for these heroes. Sword is just bullying this bottom lane. Honestly, I expected this lane to be a little bit more even, but Abaddon dying twice just to the Beastmaster, no other real rotations, is going to give Beastmaster a sick timing on a level 2 book. And Necro Book is one of those items. I guess all items are better the earlier you get them, but Necro Book is just so much better the earlier you get it. Lets you take objectives a lot earlier. Those Necro units in like a 15-minute game will just destroy you. And by you, I mean literally anybody. Like, maybe the Queen of Pain can actually survive it in the duration of the Roar. There's a chance of that, But, you know, you have the Necro units burning the mana. You have a chance of getting, it doesn't tell you what random neutrals you can get, but you can get a Troll and a Centaur. Like, those are the big ones you want as far as killing off a Queen of Pain. If you get either of them, and if you're able to chain stun with the Roar, then you're golden, man. Like, you can actually kill anybody. It looks like this might just be one of those games where Beastmaster is going to take over. And, of course, the Viper is stacked to all hell as well. Going for a Hand of Midas first. Not common. But hey, it's a 10-minute Hand of Midas on a Viper. You're not going to say no. Sword, speaking of bullying people, is going to be going towards this Abaddon one more time. All these points in the blade isn't going to help him when he isn't able to actually use it, because he's just purely on the run. Sword now, come on, dude, stop attacking the borrowed time. You're just going to give him a full restore, but still with the Roar is just going to beat the hell out of him. Sword is getting like a 4 out of 10 for micro, but like a 10 out of 10 for actually playing well. So, yeah, it doesn't matter. If you get the kill, you get the kill. That's all that matters in the end, and Beastmaster is just crushing it down bot. They are going to still apply quite a bit of pressure to the Monkey King. They're going to beat him down and get the kill on him. Going for that Battle Fury is going to be the recovery build for the Monkey King, but honestly in this game, it doesn't seem like he's going to be really pressured so far as to be an irrelevant hero. And obviously you want to be getting ahead as Monkey King. He's a snowbally type hero, but with the amount of power that Sword has, the amount of power that Nada has, like they can lean on these two cores and say, okay, Monkey King, you're not going to be doing that much, but that's okay. You can try to go for the Viper now over in the mid lane. He's going to try TP out. There's no Sonic Wave damage, not quite enough. He'll stick up and fight to the end. But with 3 heroes rotating in, oh, speaking of rotations, Sword, another 20 seconds left until he has a Roar, and chasing after the Night Stalker is quite difficult. Will lose the Viper. That's a costly one. Mad Kings really have to preserve their Viper, preserve their Beastmaster. That's how they get this Monkey King back into this game. Because this top lane has not been kind to the MK. Looks like he's actually, no, gonna switch up. There's a band of Elven skin here. Sometimes you just need a little bit of agility. But he's just gonna say, screw this, I'm gonna go in, we're going late game. We're gonna go for Hand of Midas. I'm not sure if I like this over going for the Battle Fury. I mean, Battle Fury is freaking expensive, man. I mean, it's not any more expensive than usual, but it's harder to build up. Since you can't get the sword one at a time, you gotta save up that one big chunk of gold. Oh, Sladin's gonna find the Jakiro. Don't miss your spike, bro. Don't do it. There we go. The Tombstone can break all these trees as well. Wu does not have a TP. Moger is not deploying the Tombstone. Is going to go Flesh Golem instead. Ice Path will whiff, and with the Finger of Death, they'll just blow him up. Looks like these supports for Mad King's getting a little bit of revenge here on this top lane. Over in mid lane, Tomoki is going to get wrapped around upon slightly, but Nada with maxed out Corrosive is not an easy kill. Sonic Wave should be up, and it is up. 3 heroes v Nada, or I guess 2. I'm not really sure what the Tomb can do here. Jump in with the Scream. He is going to get in there, actually. The slows on the Viper is going to be enough. Sonic Wave will finish off the Viper. And Nada dying twice in as many minutes. And still is going to be very nice kills for Elite Wolves. But as far as the Viper and what he wants to accomplish in this game, will still be able to build up his items because he has such an early Hand of Midas. So it's not the end of the world for him. They're trying to get this Night Stalker in play at least as much as they can. Trying to give a little bit of recovery here to Tomoki, but it looks like that's really not going to work out well for Sladin this time. He's just going to get obliterated. TP coming in, it's the Undying. He can do a little bit of nothing on this mid lane. Now Sword can do a lot more if he's actually a little bit quicker. Not quite able to get in there in range. Mad Kings are kind of chain feeding in this mid lane. Turns out Queen of Pain has blink and nuke damage. I had no idea that she had that. And apparently neither did Mad Kings. They just did not respect her at all. Bottom lane, Monkey King is spotted, is going to bounce out. There is no tree chop on these heroes, and now XD is getting a lot of support. Jesse's going to kill off the bird. Somebody call PETA, but still he has the Boundless Strike as well as the jump down. Smokey's going to blink out, and the reinforcements from Mad King is just a little bit too slow. Although, might be good enough to kill a random Abaddon who teleports in. A couple of poison attacks will run against the shield. Nada really needs some help. Where's Sword? Sword, get over here. Moger is not really the hero they need here. Borrowed Time will activate, but still the poison attack will keep him slowed up. The backup is here in the form of Wu, but the way is blocked. Nope, never mind. He's got phase boots. It's not blocked. Moger is just going to punch him down. Sword so far has done absolutely nothing to try to kill off this Abaddon. Still has the Roar. They really don't want to cast it. They'll Roar the Jakiro instead and look for 2 kills, and they'll get them both. Tomoki in a little bit of trouble on this bottom half of the engagement. Will blink out Moger. Not looking super healthy either, but off to the side, it's XDV Shessid. Like they'll all back off from that one. That was not clean, but hey, it gets the job done. Taking a tier 2 as well as 2 heroes for just a tier 1 of their own on the top lane. In the meantime, XD has picked up almost enough gold to grab this one-shot Midas. Not a great timing for a safe lane Monkey King. It's pretty miserable. But hey, it's better than nothing. Getting to a point in this game where Sword can actually look to solo Roche, or maybe like get one hero with him and kill off Roshan. It definitely is going to be in daytime. You want to look to do that. The Roche fight for the Radiant isn't super overwhelming, but they can look for that because Beastmaster is that OP right now. And by right now, I mean in this particular game, as well as in this patch. Dude's insane. Friggin' Ice Frog giving him random neutrals. Thank you, Ice Frog. Thank you for that. 2K lead for Mad Kings. Kind of getting carelessly picked off is so far what's keeping Elite Wolves in this game. Sword, once he picks up the Shadow Blade, is going to be once again on the hunt. He's getting a lot of experience. My god. Level 14 with the extra experience gain talent already up. Beastmaster has some pretty obnoxious things later on. 15 is nice for sure, but 500 health, the Inner Beast attack speed at level 25, that can get insanely ridiculous. Really needs some mobility though. This dude's slow. He's only got brown boots. You would think you'd be able to afford some nice shoes. His creep goons are going to be kind of split off from him. Sword in a little bit of trouble. Zatoon's going in pretty deep. Sword has no backup. Now, how much time can Sword waste? Well, now that the Sword has landed, he's got to try to TP out. The Ice Path is just in range, and they'll pick off Sword. Everyone coming up here for a little bit of that Beastmaster. They take down both these Necro units? Yes, they will. I think they killed off the melee one. Probably. That should be 400 cash money for the Radiant. Now, Mad Kings are definitely playing a little bit fast and loose with some of their heroes. Like this right now, Moger's in the middle of nowhere. You knew that the enemies were all in the top lane. He's going to hide in the Roche pit, scout it out, I guess. There's a courier here as well, but up on the high ground, Atoon be dancing. There's a ping there, although the Dire don't have vision of it necessarily. The Undying being in the front is, probably not what they all saw, and walks right into the Ice Path. I was going to say, like, jumping onto the Undying is, like, kind of nice for Mad Kings, but, because they can turn it around, simply because he's on Undying. Oh, but he gets bashed before he can decay. That would have given him so much extra HP. Mad King just need to get some vision, man. They have 1 Observer Ward, actually 3. These 2 Observer Wards are, not all that impressive. I don't know why clicking this Observer Ward doesn't show me the vision range. I think I found a bug. This is definitely a Dire Observer Ward, but it doesn't show me the vision. Someone call Valve, get them on the line, report a bug. And why does Beastmaster still not have his item? Where the hell is the courier on the Dire? What happened to it? Okay, it must have died. Did they get rid of the courier? God damn it, Valvo. Why do you gotta make it so hard for me to see couriers? I actually have no idea where it went. Oh well. We'll just go ahead and kill off Roche. It's not exactly a solo Roche, but you know what? It's still dead. Battle Fury is in fact picked up for the Monkey King. He has no idea what he wants to build in this game. He's very indecisive. Oh, hey, look, we fixed the Observer Wards. Nice. Oh, woo. If Hex lands, if a Spike lands, you're just dead, but he's pretty quick. Fly. He's got Tranquils. And Sladin, his Tranquils aren't quite good enough. Sword is going to be working with some poor man invisibility. Hawk will see Tomoki Observer. That's no, just a sentry. Man, they're trying. Oh, they're trying to look for these kills. They'll find Wu. They really don't want to go for it. They'd rather go for a tomb, but Sword is suddenly surrounded and silenced and dead. Where's the backup? He's just going to get picked off in the middle of nowhere. Shessid is going to get hit with the Viper Strike, broken as well, so he doesn't have obnoxious movement speed, at least not right now. He's going to be picked off with the Ice Path, will help secure the retreat here. Wu TP out, Spike, Hex, anything? No! Tomoki has the blink, and he will, again, run circles around this Mad King squad. The lanes didn't go fantastically for the E-Wolves, but at this point in the game, 1995 is fine. At this point in the game, Mad Kings are just not moving as good as E-Wolves are. Like, they are quite literally dancing circles around the Mad King side. They're just running around all over the place. And there's nothing that Mad Kings can actually do until they actually get these mobility items up on the Beastmaster. Get a Blink Dagger or something on the Lion. Looks like Blink Dagger is pretty much locked up. They need initiation. Beastmaster is powerful. If he's able to get the jump on someone, Shadowblade, whack him out of invis, roar them, summon up all your goons, you're going to kill them. You're going to kill them. But that's not really going to happen. Or hasn't happened yet. Will happen now. Now that he has that Shadowblade. Has picked up the extra armor in this game. Sword is going to go for that Silver Edge. A lot of break effects here on the Mad King side. I believe how it works with the borrow time is that, well, you can still get hexed, by the way. Is that if you're broken, it won't automatically do it, but you can still cast it. It's like a passive. If it's the health threshold is a passive, and then you can activate it to get the effect. I'm like 90% sure that's how it works. Not exactly what you want to be leaning on as an Abaddon, especially when casting borrowed time. Can you cast? Now that Hex can't be dispelled, can you actually use borrowed time? I don't know. I mean, Hex is kind of ridiculous, right? So it used to be you could just cast it whenever and you'll be fine, or at least get the auto cast. Oh my god, why is everyone disconnecting? Get the auto cast to kind of cleanse yourself of everything. I'm not entirely sure how that works now. Let's actually do some research because it's paused. Applies a strong debuff. Can be manually activated whenever. Okay, it cannot be manually activated, but can be passively activated while silenced, hexed, or prevented from acting. So if you're broken and hexed, if you're an Abaddon and you get hit with Nether Toxin or a Silver Edge and you get hexed, you will not be able to use borrowed time. You can't cast it because you're hexed, and you can't get the passive proc because you're broken. So these are the reasons. These are just some of the reasons why the Hex change is really good up against this one particular hero, as well as the fact that break is now a little bit more abundant in Dota nowadays, as well as the fact that Abaddon is pretty bad, I think, compared to the Omni Knight. I don't know. I'm sure these guys have some beef. I mean, if I was an Abaddon, I would not be really happy to be like paired up or compared with an Omni Knight, because you know that the Omni Knight's a little bit of a punk. The Abaddon is the cool guy. Let's say Omni Knight is definitely, he definitely plays white in MTG, and Abaddon is all about that blue-black, and you guys know how that works. Making references here that like 5 people are gonna get. And those 5 people are like, well, actually, Dimir is not really the characterization of the Abaddon. And you know what I say to that? I say, screw you guys. I think he's Dimir, and I think I'm right. Omni Knight is just mono white, by the way. For everyone else, just no idea whatsoever. Everyone's like, what the hell is this guy talking about? Caster, please. But, you know, be ready for a lot of those, because, you know, the worst part about South American Dota guys is not the play, it's not the attitude, it's not the BM. The worst part is the pauses. By far, the worst region for pauses. Like, actually kill me now. God. If these teams can just iron out their pause issues, thank you. That'll be one region of Dota salvaged. Well, let's see if there's any sweet items coming up. Well, BKB is up on a tune. He's been not involved in any of the big fights because there have been no big fights. BKB, though, with the S and Y, can do quite a bit of extra damage here. Animite on the Abaddon, going towards that Radiance. What does Tomoki have? He's got the Veil into a Lincoln Sphere. Really nice item up against Mad Kings. Anything you block really is going to be quite nice. Problem is that he doesn't actually have Lincoln Sphere, nor will he have it anytime soon. So currently, just with the Veil is not exactly where you want to be. Right here on the net worth chart is not ideal for a Quap. BKB, though, on the Troll Warlord can still be dealt with. Of course, just with physical right clicks, just beat the crap out of him. But Roar can still go through. Viper Strike can still go through. And if you're a Troll Warlord and you're not moving very fast, you're not having a good time. Can we go, Sword? Please, can we go? And what do you have on the Mad King side? We got a whole lot of nothing on the Undying as per usual. Viper, does he have a courier item? Okay, what do we got here? We got a Force Staff and an extra Wraith Band because of reasons. Putting that Hurricane Pike together. Monkey King has gone for the Battle Fury and nothing else, though he is going to go for it. No. Really? No. Well, let's pull up that item because there's a chance. Yeah, this does exactly what I think it does. Is this good on Monkey King? Like, maybe it works decently. No. I don't think it applies to Wukong's command. Even if this does physical and based off of your attack. If it's based off of your attack, it doesn't count for spell amplification, right? Because it's just calculated by something else. Even a 10%, that's not even worth it. He's got to be going for. Okay, yeah, you don't go for Kaya. Okay, I was about to seriously question everything I've ever learned and everything I ever knew about Dota if you went for a Kaya. Because, man, I've seen Tinker go for Kaya, I've seen Storm Spirit go for Kaya, and those work out pretty darn well. I've seen Attune get picked off in the middle of nowhere. Sword, please cast your Roar. Please start attacking him. Evasion, he's getting a lot of dodges here. Troll Warlord is going to, though, still get picked off. And will be the casualty here. That took forever. But, yeah, okay, he's going to go for a real item. A good item. And, well, Abaddon's still in a little bit of trouble. There is no Roar for him to worry about. Doesn't have a TP, though. Moger is gonna tombstone the trees away, start to get a little bit of those slows up. Sword is gonna come in pretty hot, and this is gonna be a lot of damage on the Abaddon. He's gonna get hexed up. Looks like the timing wasn't perfect, but the Centaur Stomp, Chain Stun, the fact that there's absolutely no backup here for the Abaddon will get them 2 kills on 2 not irrelevant heroes. Still pushing in, but I do think going in like this is way too over aggressive. The backup is nowhere to be found as Nada is in mid, and he's the Aegis holder. Should still have that actually for quite a long time still. They really need to just converge with everyone on this top lane. 20 seconds left for a Roar. 26 seconds left for an Abaddon. Oh, that's not where you want to be, Jakiro. He just really wanted to get a Macropyre off, but Sladin's going to make sure that that doesn't happen, at least not easily. Ice Path will be blink dodged for style. Oh, no, he didn't. He blinked and then still got stunned. We'll call that a blink dodge. We didn't see that. But still, it'll be a free pick off on the Jakiro. Surprise, there is in fact a Blink Dagger on the Lion. With an Arcane Rune, not too bad at all. Bird up in the air is going to eat a tower shot because these Hawks now are completely badass. Fortification will be used. Lane Equilibrium looking pretty good here for the Mad King squad, especially if they get initiation on someone like a Troll Warlord. Oh, on the backside, actually, it's the Night Stalker. What are you doing there, bro? That's not where you should be. Night Stalker, what are you doing, man? Wukong's command in 6 seconds. Nada, still with that Aegis, is more than okay, taking every single point of damage from his enemies. Wow, that was so close. If he actually stunned the Monkey King there, I swear to God, Moger would have been kicked from the team. Sladin's gonna jump in for the Hex. Spike is there as well. XD thinking about using that ultimate. They're still gonna put a lot of damage to the Troll Warlord. Will pop the BKB, now try to fight back. XD drops the ultimate, but still gets clipped by that Sonic Wave. Will take quite a bit of damage with the heal. Will stay alive for a little while longer, but with the bashes coming in, will eventually fall. Nada with the Aegis, still looking to push forward onto a Toon. Ice Path will slow him down just a little bit more. Will pop the Aegis. Moger does still have a Soul Rip right now, but there are not many creeps here. Jump in, and O-Line immediately silenced. That was queued up beforehand. They knew Sladin was going to go for that, so he's going to scoot out of there. We'll be just fine. Mad Kings will need to make a hasty retreat. Nada sticking around to farm these last couple of creeps is a terrible idea, and they will all try to escape. Sword, though, might not have that luxury. Is there a True Sight here? There is, so Shadow Blade will not help the Beastmaster. Summons not going to help him either. Will get picked off on the retreat. Still a little bit of extra damage onto the tower from the creep wave, but Mad Kings, they are able to get a handful of kills, but not really the ones that matter. Not able to burst down a Toon. The initiation was a little bit clunky. Now that the Aegis has been reclaimed, I don't think Mad Kings are going to be looking to make a repeat of that anytime soon. The tower may be weak enough that they're just going to be able to chip it out. But the tombstone placement off to the side like that, the fact that Monkey King was going to use his ultimate in the middle of the fight is good because it's in the middle of the fight, but it's bad because he didn't have a BKB. He only had a Battle Fury at the time, so he's certainly not durable enough to actually sit there and take hits while in the middle of that Wukong's command. It was very durable from the Troll Warlord, thanks to that extra armor you get from being in the circle, but that Sonic Wave doesn't care about your armor. So XD, now with the BKB up, hopefully for his sake, will be able to survive a little bit longer in that circle and give his team a little bit extra damage. Oh, Hex onto the Queen of Pain. Spike is there as well. The burst damage, it should be good enough with the Finger of Death, and it will be. Long-range Boundless Strike certainly helping out there. Tomoki gonna fall, and hey, look at that. Sword is back on the top lane. Picks off the dragon for free. And everyone on the bottom lane now, not exactly ideal here for Mad Kings. They really would want to scoot up to the top lane if they can. 2 picks not really going to lead into anything right now, but Sword still gunning for that Silver Edge. Man, these breaks are going to be really hard. Sure hope 1995 knows how these mechanics work, because if he doesn't, he might be in a little bit of trouble. He's actually gone for a Maelstrom. It's not a bad item on a Baden, but it does feel like Radiance would be just a little bit of a better option right now. He was considering it before. Toon has a Blink and a BKB TP, but there is a Beastmaster on his tail, although there's no Roar on the Beastmaster. Toon, dude, you're flirting with death here. Axes will be dodged. Oh, Sladin is not even going to go for the sickest blind reads. Would have eventually landed it. So, you know, half credit. Actually, no half credit. 0 credit. He didn't go for it. It wasn't in time. You don't get half credit for trying like that. That's not how this works. Oh, Silver Edge on the Beastmaster. Ah, God. South America region, please. Please stop. You're killing me here. Exactly. Oh, shit. Chesed with the smack talk. Alright, so if he breaks the Abaddon, then it won't... I don't think he can actually rush him down. He doesn't have the Necro units for another 10. Okay. He has to summon... he has to summon a Centaur. Has someone with Centaur and Call of the Wild, then he can actually get this kill. Here we go. Sword, how Gosu are you? There's a Roar. There's a Break. 1995 is not currently shielded. Go for it, dude. There's the Roar. He's broken, and he will actually pop it because the he'll just be able to unstun himself in time. The Roar doesn't last long enough, but bro, I mean, I guess he was dead anyway. That's not how you escape. Tomoki is now gonna have to fight up against this army, though. Sword is kind of by himself here. XD is in the area. Oh, they don't have any True Sight, guys. Come on. Sword is still very slow. Chesed is flying in. Dust is up, and it will connect onto the Beastmaster. He has to try to chop his way out of this. His backup is coming in. These heroes are all kind of in the middle of nowhere with the double damage Viper coming in. This could be really bad. With the Hex coming in onto the Troll Warlord. Viper Strike and Wukong's Command and Finger of Death. I think he's dead, guys. Chesed trying to go into the trees. Has some flight, though will still get swatted by the big stick. is now on the run. There should be any number of disables coming in eventually. There we go. The right clicks will follow, and they will take down the Night Stalker, trading sword away for those 3. For sure worth it here for Mad Kings.
I guess this is the last one.
And now we'll push in the bottom lane. Again, they really want to be on top lane. So it's kind of nice for Elite Wolves if all this action is happening on bottom. But still, you know, they'll see what they can get. Wu does have a macro pyre, so this first creep wave, I'm sorry to say, guys, you guys are all screwed. Like, yeah, you're all just walking into, quite literally, your funeral pyre. Ah, we were sent here to battle, not for this. CS for Wu. Well, backdoor protection has been turned off, so those creeps did not die in vain.
Appreciate it.
But Wu's gotta be a little bit careful there. Viper Strike is up. There is a Monkey King up in the trees, though he does not have the Circle of Doom. Is there any way that they have chopping trees? I guess Macro Pyre, but it's not up. Ern is up on the Undying. Wonder if he's gonna get that Vessel in the a little bit later on. Tomoki's on the run. Could be spotted by the Necro units, but it looks like Sword not willing to commit that just yet. In the meantime, bottom lane still a full retreat. Chesed, he's in with the Viper Strike, takes quite a bit of damage, but with his build, Solar Crest and Sanj does have a lot of durability. Moger, not too fragile himself, but up against this many heroes, not a chance. Will just pop Flesh Golem for reasons, and then go down. Everyone else in Mad Kings will survive. Sword does have another Roar, does have level 3 Roar at this point. Level 20 talent, picked up the extra damage. 35 seconds left for the Undying. What's this Roshan looking like? Hey, it's up. Second Rosh, so it's going to have that cheese. You know, I haven't casted the most games of the new patch just yet, but I want to see a Refresher Shard. I want to see it, man. Oh, stun into the Hex! Into the break! Oh, he's going to get fingered! And he will get the borrowed time off. But will it matter? Dude, stop attacking him in the borrowed time. Like, why are you doing that, man? He's still, like, the deadest of deads, but, come on. Micro. You got freaking Nada on your team and you're not gonna micro? Now, I made obscure references before. That is, like, even more obscure. Where are you at, Brood War? Sean was being claimed in the meantime. Attune is just that powerful. They will set up onto the Undying. Has a Force Staff. Has a Boundless Strike to maybe help out. Double Tombstone will be dropped. So that's a good amount of gold just being fed over freely. XD is going to drop the Wukong's command, but with the haste on the Troll Warlord, Hex doesn't do jack. So they feed over an Undying, 2 Tombstones, give over a ultimate from the Monkey King, and still there's an Aegis here. Sword is coming in, and with Wu in their sights, you can just get beaten down by the Beastmaster. Those axes do a hefty chunk of damage. Aegis still up on the Troll Warlord, Blink, and Lincoln Sphere. Really just leaning on these stats. Of course, his levels and his talents to get the damage done. Smokey thinking about going for Sladden here. He definitely can do it. Unless he doesn't have any True Sight. The dagger is still going to connect up against that Glimmer Cape, and Sladden is just trying to play some games. Sonic Wave will connect, but he will teleport out anyway. There is no world where a Lion should have been able to survive there. I mean, I don't know what Orchid does. Clearly, neither does he. Like, what does an Orchid do? It's a mystery. We don't know. Now, last time I checked, it silences. That really could have helped him there, but I guess he just felt like not doing it. I don't know, Quap. That was not exactly inspiring. Up against the Glimmer Cape, I mean, it is difficult either way, so I'm not really sure how easy that really would have been. Oh, Chesed, debated by the Hawk, now is broken and jumped in on by the Monkey. We'll get some help from his Abaddon, and still, he's very tanky, but Abaddon actually walking a little too close as well. We'll have his borrowed time pop, slowed down by the poison, and he's not going anywhere anytime soon. Completely surrounded. Jakiro's going to show himself. Luckily for him, there's no Lion with Blink in the area to immediately jump on him, but saw earlier Mad King suffering one too many casualties just from getting randomly picked off. Now it's kind of going the other way around. Oh, the Viper's actually able to jack the cheese. Looks like they forgot about they forgot about cheese. Guys, come on. Come on, guys. Well, either way, Mad Kings are going to assemble the troops over in mid. Macropyre, though, again, will probably barbecue this creep wave. Still, let's see how much damage he can actually get done. They are looking for a 2-lane push here. 1 Tombstone going to be deployed, and it will do literally nothing so far. Blink Hex, but it's a little bit too late. The Macropyre is already down. Still, the tower taking some pretty hefty damage. Fortification will hold it for a little while longer. XD drops the circle at Goons. And the monkeys will just stand guard over the racks, the enemy racks, I guess. Hey, look, Tombstone now going to do some things. The circle will be drained, and off to the side, Night Stalker again in a precarious position. Is going to get broken, and his durability, not sure it's going to be enough. Force F on the Lion will keep him safe from Attune, but Attune with the BKB is just going to work on everybody. They're actually just going to turn around and start beating him down. Not durable enough to fight the entirety of the team. Tomoki as well, just going to put him to the blender. Attune will survive a little while longer. Force Staff in, still gets caught by the Ice Path, but Nada has his eyes on Jakiro, will take him down. And Attune does have that Aegis. Balance Strike won't quite pop it, but something will in the end. 1995 does still have that ultimate of his, so he's still pretty bulky right now, but there's no backup here. The racks will be claimed. They can shuffle up towards top and get that down as, or just call GG. Okay, I mean, they don't have any buybacks. They lose 2 racks here, and I'm pretty sure they can still fight this one out, or they can just call GG, so there's that. I don't know. I wish I knew what these guys are saying, because I love me some smack talk. Looks like we're not going to get a scoreboard. Guys, this game had so many pauses that it messed with space-time and messed up with the payload or something. I'm not going to click that button, but I will be back for Game 2. Mad Kings going up against Elite Wolves. Coming up soon, I'm Mike Loris, and I'll be right back.